Okay, so I'm here with Ari and Yoslynn that I met at my women's tour in Irwindale a few weeks ago, and I got to hear a little bit about their story, and I just found it really inspiring and cool. So I wanted to ask them some questions. So Ari, Yoslynn, at the women's tour, I was asking everyone like, do you have a car? What's your car? And I found out that together you have a project car. So
Yeah.
what is that car first off?
Oh, so it's a Mazda RX-7 and 93 FD.
And how did you get it?
Oh, my friend was selling his shell, so with nothing in it, no engine, no wire, nothing, nothing at all. So I saw the opportunity. I always wanted one, and I bought it for really cheap. He sold it to me. He was just getting it. He had another one, so I'm like, okay, I'll take it, and it'll be a project.
How long have you had the car for?
Oh, more than 15 years.
So how old were you then when she got the car?
Like 5.
5 or 4.
Do you remember the world without that car?
No, I do not.
Growing up with a car like that, did it really like change you, like make you love cars? Like, where did your passion for cars
My
come from?
passion came from my mom, I would have to say. Growing up, I was always seeing her just around car stuff. We were always around like painting cars or fixing them or like doing something with something related to cars.
So did anyone ever tell you like car stuff is for boys? Like girls shouldn't be doing that. Have you ever heard that?
Not directly, but you did get that sense of feeling.
Yeah.
Like growing up around them, I could notice that there wasn't that many girls around cars.
Yeah.
It was mostly just men, the boys.
Yeah.
So I did feel a little bit out of place growing up. So.
And like, how do your friends react? Like, have they ever come to your house and seen the car that you two are working on
Oh, yeah,
together?
they have. They're like, wow, that's such a cool car. And, like, they've never seen a car like that before. Mostly all the cars you see are like SUVs, little minivans, and stuff like that. So.
And so I know how you got into cars. Like, what made you want to buy a project car that's just a shell and build it?
Well, it wasn't my first.
Oh, okay.
My first was same RX-7, but it was the older gen. It was FC.
Okay.
So that's the one that started it all. My FC. I had bought no engine. We had everything, but just no engine. Worked on it. It was with her dad. Her dad was that rotary type. Her dad did introduce me to that, but I always been into cars, and I fell in love with that car. So I started working on that car. I did the prep work for that car. No knowledge, everything. I was from forums, from YouTube videos, the library, and I prepped it, but I didn't paint it. That was way before I started into the auto body repair and painting.
So is that why you got into automotive repair and painting?
Yes, because I wanted to fix it up. I wanted to have a nice car. That first car, I ended up paying to get it painted because I didn't know about painting yet. So, but I did the prep work. But when I paid the auto body shop, it was not the best paint job, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe I paid an arm and a leg for this paint job, this body work. This did not come out good. It was a crappy job. So after that, I got another FC, and I'm like, no, this one I am gonna do it myself. I want to take classes at the college, so I can learn to do it, and that's how I got into going to college for auto body repair and painting. It wasn't my intention to get certified or go beyond 1 or 2 classes just so I can finish painting my car and do it myself. Because I wanted to be hands-on on all my cars always. But I would take one class, one semester. I started one. I would work on it. I was learning the basics, and I didn't start working on that. I started in a little festiva, a little bucket festiva, and I started working and learning on that one. And one semester I would take one semester I would take another. The next thing I know, I have all the accumulation of all the classes. My teacher's like, you should apply for your certification. The counselors too, how many classes are you taking? And I'm like, well, just one at a time. Like, I didn't think I could get certified. And she's like, well, you already made all the certification requirements. You should just apply for the certification. Yeah.
That's really cool.
So then, I applied for the certification, got certified, and every now and then, that's why I was taking classes. I was upgrading my knowledge because in the auto body industry, it's constantly changing and evolving, everything, the materials. So I still take classes here and there. But yeah, that's how I started. It was just so I can do my car, paint on my cars, and I started painting my friends' cars, doing my friends' projects. Yeah. So
I have so many questions now from that. What was it like for you to watch her do that? You know, to like see her slowly studying. Like, what did it make you feel like about what you could accomplish, maybe?
Watching her really inspired me to like start working on my own stuff and like branching out to things, because it's just like it was really inspiring. I never had anyone else show me any of that stuff. She was the only one there.
I love that. How old were you when you started working on cars?
6, 7 years old. My mom always saw my mother working on cars. So she always had little bucket cars that needed fixing, and so I grew up around my mother taking me to junkyard. She would take me to the auto auctions. She would buy cars, and then she would like sell them, and she was always doing that buying and selling, and she'd keep them as long as she could. So until the like tags expired, and then she would get another one. She would sell that one, and that. So yeah, it's always been around my mom, and it's always been the thing with my mother. She would buy these cars that were not working, so and she would try and fix it, and that's one of her ways that she made money. So I always remember like these early scary memories, but my mom would push me, "Don't be scared." And they like shaking. She would just give me the bottle. And she's like, "Oh, you spray it so I can turn it on." But I'd be scared, it'd be like in the carb and the fire, and I'd be like, "Mom," she's like, "You can do it. You can do it. Just hold it. We can't turn the car on. You got to do it, or we're not gonna turn the car on." And I'd be there, but she showed me. She showed me how to get rid of my fear, so I wasn't ever scared again after that. To try work on the car and do it myself, like, oh wow, I can do it. Like, you know, me and my mom turned out the car, like I helped my mom.
Obviously you're a little bit older, you grew up in a different generation, and you probably also saw your mom's experience. What was it like seeing like people react to what she knew, or like
oh
her
my
experience?
goodness. I would see the men will always come up and like, do you need help, or you're doing it wrong? And my mom like, oh, thank you for your advice. And she just keep on going. But yeah, I always be like, oh, you're gonna break your car, or, you know, you don't know what you're doing, like you don't do that. But mom wouldn't listen to them. She would just keep going, and I really don't know where she got it from or where she learned these things, but I just saw her, you know, I guess just trying to make it out there and, you know, doing what she had to do. And yeah, but it was quite an experience seeing the people around like, oh, she's a girl, she shouldn't be doing that. Why is your mom doing that? Like, oh, why does your mom have an old car? They make fun of her cars, but these are the cars that I, at that time, didn't know what they were. And now that I grew up and I think, oh my God, my mom had a Corolla. My mom had these old school Toyotas, that ones that all the cars that everybody wants now. My mom had them. I was like, wow, if I only knew. Yeah.
That's really cool. You saw your mom just receive that kind of feedback and just learn how to dismiss it and move forward anyway. Did you start with the same thing, and did you see her doing that too?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my goodness. Most of all the girls in my life didn't understand my love for cars. A lot of them, I am the one that introduced them. Most of them I introduced it. All they know about the car was because of me. But some that didn't understand at the beginning, like, why do you have that old car? Oh, it's an old car. But then when they needed help, the cars would come to me. And then a lot of them were actually, I guess because they weren't used to that, so they'd be kind of stamped on, a girl shouldn't be doing that. But then when they see me, and then I'd be like, hey, come, you want to come to a car show with me? Like, hey, let's go. So a lot of my friends, it was the first time that I took them to the junkyards. Like my best friend, the first time she ever been to a junkyard, I took her, and she was like, oh my gosh, she's excited. And she's like, I took her to car shows, car meets, and a lot of my friends, I did that. A lot of my girlfriends, I introduced them into the car world and helped them work on their cars, helped them learn about the cars. I was always, you gotta learn how to do this. You can't have a man. You're not always gonna have a man. Like, you gotta do it. You gotta learn. Let me, teach you. Every time a friend growing up had a new car, I would go over, okay, this is where you put your oil. This is how you check your air. And I just try to show the women around me, to try and empower them and try for them to have pride in their cars. So
I feel like with cars too, like having a running car is a sense of freedom, and it's something that allows you to do so many other things. And if you're relying on somebody else to make sure that it's running, it kind of takes that away. Or if, like a flat tire, for instance, that could ruin somebody's day, or it could be like, oh, this is a 5-minute inconvenience. And that depends entirely on if you've ever done it before.
Exactly.
Yeah. Something else that you mentioned to me before that didn't come up yet, you were helping your mom fix those cars. Not just like start the cars they were running, but like to do the body work. And
yes,
so you were 12 when that started?
Oh my goodness. Oh. So it first started with rims. My mom came up on some rims on the junkyard, and they were greasy and dirty, but she saw the potential and the value. I didn't know, I didn't understand. But with the rims, that was my very, very first introduction into me doing something like that on my own that she left me. She's like, you see those rims? You clean them up, you fix them, you paint them, you sell them, you keep the money. So yeah, she just gave me, Scotch-Brite pad and, go to AutoZone, go buy some, ask them what's the best degreaser, and then, okay, I'm going to go into AutoZone, what can I use to, clean the grease off tires? And they told me, gave me the stuff, came back, I scrubbed those rims off, I degreased them, and then I bought some rattle can chrome paint they had there, and then I taped the rims off and the tire, and I spray painted it, let it dry, and yeah, the next day we had a garage sale, and I put them in the front, and they sold right away, and I think I got like $50 for them. Later on, my mom had a car that was white, and it was a bucket old white car. It's crashed all over. It didn't look as nice. So one day I just come home, and she has all these red Radicam spray cans. I guess after she saw me do that, she's like, paint the car. I'm like, what? Yeah, I want you to paint the car. Like, are you sure? And I was like, oh, it's happy. I'm like, okay, yeah, you do it. And I did it. I taped it up however I could. I spray painted the whole car with a red rattle can spray.
Wow.
It was all right. But you know what? We sold the car like 2 weeks later. Somebody bought it. And my mom made money. Somebody actually bought it. They didn't think it was that bad, I guess.
That's really cool.
So that's how that started with the whole painting and my interest into painting, and always, okay, I can do things with the cars, and which is why also when I got my project car, looking back, like, oh wow, I can paint it. I did it once with a rattle can. Imagine if I took the class, I could do it with my car.
Now, is that something that you are doing professionally or want to do professionally?
Oh, so I did it for a while. Because it wasn't what I was looking like. It wasn't my plan. I fell into it. My plan was just, to learn enough to work on my cars. So, like I said, I started with one class and another, and it just accumulated, and I got the certification. I did work on some, jobs here and there, working at shops, but they weren't, because I was a woman, they wouldn't offer me or pay me what I knew I was worth, that I could do, for that price, I'll just do it on my own, and I will make more money, which I do make money with my side jobs. So
it's something you do, not for a shop, but people will call you and you'll do
my friends, mostly my girlfriends, all the girls, Ari, my car got scratched, Ari, we need this. So but when I do these things where my friends have them, I always try to involve the girls with, I try, okay, we're gonna do this is how we do this is how we do that, and try to teach them too, and get them okay, see, you did something with your car too, and they're always excited about, oh my god, I did this on my car.
I don't want to leave you out, Yoslynn. Do you see a future for yourself working around cars? Is that something you want to do?
Yes, I do see a future for myself.
What do you want to do?
So I kind of want to start off where my mom started off, and taking classes and learning how to paint my own car. So I can start off with that, and then from there I can see where I branch off to.
Maybe a mother and daughter body shop would be so cool. Okay, I gotta ask this: do you change your own oil?
My cars, the ones that I know, yes.
Do you remember your first oil change, or who taught you?
Oh my gosh, yes. I actually took a automotive class in high school. So I did take some auto mechanics classes in high school. It was my teacher, I was in the class, they were teaching us how to do the oil changes, how to do the brakes. I was working on the old school brake systems and stuff. So, but, you know, and that in itself was a challenge too. I was the only girl in the auto mechanics class. Oh my goodness, I got the hardest time from the boys in there. But you know what, my teacher actually really encouraged me and was very supportive. A lot of my tool knowledge came from what I learned there, and the auto mechanics teacher was really the one that he's like, you know, okay, you know, don't pay attention to the boys, just do it, and you know, you'll learn. And yeah, but in the auto mechanics, I did my first oil change there. Oh my god! And it wasn't my car. It was no, it was actually the teacher's car. They let us work on the cars they had there, so I was like, oh. Yeah.
And what would you say to women who are like curious but nervous? I know you've encouraged a lot of your friends, but like I'm going to ask both of you that question. Like, what would you say to women who are like afraid, like I don't want to work on cars, or I'm scared too? Like, what would you say?
They shouldn't be scared. They shouldn't be scared. Nowadays, there's so much more out there for women to be able to do these things to their cars and learn, and you know, more women out there that empower each other and help each other. There's a whole community of women that help each other, and you know, it's great for them to take pride in their cars and be able to do things and not rely on anybody. Just do it for themselves, so they not just stuck there on the road. You know, they can kind of help themselves, and they don't have to, you know, rely on other people.
I thank you so much for doing this. I'm so stoked that you both came out to do this. I'm really glad that you came to the women's tour. I thought it was so cool when you sent the application and you were like, can I bring my daughter? And I was like, yes, please, obviously. I love that, and I really want to find ways for women like yourselves and myself to find each other, you know, to find this shared passion. And I think that telling your story is an important part of that. It's a really unique story, and it's really encouraging to know that, you know, you don't have to learn from your dad. You can just be excited by a project. You know, there are lots of women out here already that are passionate and are seeking this out, and I think together we can encourage one another to just keep going. So
yes, most definitely. Thank you so much for having us. Thank you.